guys, and welcome back to this channel. My name is Modebola. If you are new to this channel, kindly receive my welcome. You are highly welcome. And if you are a returning subscriber, I really appreciate you guys. Thanks for coming. Thanks for clicking on the video. Thanks for watching the video. I would like you to please subscribe if you are yet to do that. Don't wait any longer. Don't pause. Please subscribe to the channel and let's grow this channel together. So you can see I'm so happy today. I'm always happy, but today is different because it's actually let me say a testimony video. No, not a testimony video, a Thanksgiving video. Yes, it's a Thanksgiving video. As the title reads, it's about my encounter with cancer in the year 2018. That's exactly 5 years ago for me. So it's actually a Thanksgiving video that I'm here, that my life, I'm able to do a video. I'm chubby, I'm not dead. It's a thing of thanks. I really appreciate God for the opportunity to be alive, and I just want to share the video with you. And before we go into the video, there's a disclaimer I want to give. I'm not saying that we should not follow medical advice. I'm not saying people should not do conventional treatments, because they are there to help us. It actually helped me too. So, but the video is all about Thanksgiving. It's all about the faithfulness of God, and that's what it's about. So it all started in December 2017. December 2017. I was supposed to have a party around that time, but that particular week, I think that was like the second week in December 2017, I just started having this serious stomach pain. As in, my tummy just kept bothering me. It was as if something was in the tummy moving around. Well, I thought it was maybe menstrual cramps then. I used the normal, the drugs we take for menstrual cramp. It still wasn't relieving me. I told my husband, we tried, taking all those drugs that you're supposed to take when you have stomach pain, self-medication. We did all that. It still did not relieve me. Around 17th of December, we had to go to the hospital to make a complaint, because as at that time, when I eat, I couldn't keep food down. I couldn't keep food down again. So we had to go to the hospital. So the doctor gave me, what's it called again, all those drugs and everything. We went back home. It became more serious. We had to go back to the hospital. When we went back to the hospital, the doctor checked my tummy, pressed that, and they said it's my hernia that is disturbing me. Hernia is like a hole at the back of your belly button. So they said it allows the intestine to come in and go out. That's what was causing the pain. Well, my husband said no problem. So what are we going to do? They said no problem, that we'll just go for surgery and all. No problem. So went for the surgery. They covered the hernia. It was successful. I went home. Within 2 days, this pain intensified. I don't know. I would not wish the pain on my worst enemy. The pain intensified. I could not keep food down. I could not go to the toilet. And I was growing lean and lean by the day. And the pain was intense. My husband was like, what is this? We just kept praying to God. We've been to the hospital. They've done this and it's still there. In January, when everybody was doing Thanksgiving, my family was just there. My husband could not go to church. I could not go to church. We were at home. The children were at the grandma's place. So we were like, what's actually happening? The pain was getting more fierce by the day. So we had to go back to the hospital. They had us do, I think we had to do a scan. The scan came back with nothing. So the doctor said it's definitely appendix. No problem. I just did a surgery like 3 weeks ago. I had to be waiting to surgery again to remove appendix. They took that one out. Believe me, the next day, the pain continued. It was at that point that I was like, God, is this how I will just leave this world? Is this how I will end everything? I was looking at my children. I had two boys then. They were still small. They didn't know what was going on. They would keep disturbing, Mommy, we want to eat this, want to eat that. I could not stand up. It was my husband that was doing everything. I just kept thinking, what could be wrong with my tummy? I was getting leaner. I would go to the office. People were wondering what's wrong with you. We'll have meetings late in the night. I'll be going up and I'll be holding anything I can hold to walk on the road. I'll just be praying I get home in one piece. At a point, my husband was like, what else do we do? It came to a point that I could not even stand up again. My husband had to call the doctor. It was around, I remember that night, it was around like 12 o'clock in the night. He just called the doctor and he begged the doctor that he should give him the contact of any specialist that he knows. That the surgeries are not working, the drugs are not working. So I think even before then, we actually went to another hospital because we left the hospital, we went to another hospital. Those ones said it's actually my menstrual cycle that is causing the issue. They gave me a drug that I should be taking faithfully within that space of time. But I know deep within me, this is not menstrual cramp. This is not related to any menstrual whatever. So on that day, my husband just had to call the doctor that give me a specialist contact that I can talk to. I remember that night vividly. We didn't even have our car then. He had to hold me on the road as late as it was. We had to get a cab and we were referred to an hospital in Ogba, Macedonia Hospital in Ogba. Before then, the doctor referred us, said we should go to their hospital, get a letter, and go to Lagos State Teaching Hospital. My husband said no. This night, I want somebody to attend to my wife this night, not a teaching hospital whereby we will get there and they will tell us to sit down and stuff. We want a private specialist at this moment. Then he gave us a contact of somebody, of that particular doctor. We got to the hospital that night. And immediately I got in, the doctor on duty said, this is definitely an abdominal, a bowel obstruction. God. So this is it. Well, they said, okay, they will give me something for the pain, a serious medication for the pain. They gave me that. I was able to sleep for the first time in 3 months. That night, I was able to sleep at least to some extent. And the next day, we were sent for abdominal scan. And it came back that there was an obstruction there. God is just so faithful that He kept me that long. Before this particular scan, we've done scan at 3 different places and they didn't see anything. But the last scan that we actually went in for said there's an obstruction in the intestine, and that was it. I was scheduled for another operation that was ending of February. So I had like 3 surgeries, so there's a space of 3 months. They scheduled another operation, another surgery for me. And myself and my husband just kept praying. My husband stood by me. The guy really stood by me. If not for him and for God, I don't know where I would have been that night that he said they should give him a specialist. So I was scheduled for the surgery. The surgery went well. My husband told me that after the surgery, I was almost gone, as in they were calling me and I wasn't responding. That was like, is this it? Is this it? Is this it finally? But thank God I came back and this surgery was successful. The pain was gone and we thought, we are finally done with this issue. Unknowingly to us, we don't know anything about cancer. Most people don't know anything about cancer until they get their diagnosis. After the surgery, the doctor that saw me that night when I got to the hospital came and met my husband because they're actually from the same, like I think the same hometown. So they were talking all the while that I was in the hospital. He meets him, they talk and stuff like that. He just came to meet my husband and said, okay, there was a tumor and we took it out. They showed my husband, it was actually big. And that was why I could not keep down food. I could not pass anything. So they said, okay, the surgery is not even the real issue here. Just pray that this tumor is not cancerous. We'll be taking it in for a test in the lab. Just pray that it doesn't come back as a cancerous tumor. And myself and my husband, we still did not understand. No, he said, it is a cancerous. He said, pray that it comes back as benign, not malignant, something like that. So we still did not understand that we have just started the journey. So the result came back, and unfortunately, the doctor told us that it's malignant, it's cancerous, and so that I have to go for another test to be sure of the stage of the cancer. I said, Papa was fine, we were perplexed. Cancer from where? From where? So we were referred to the teaching hospital, the oncology department, so I could see the doctors there, the oncology doctors. When I got there, all this period, we kept praying to God that God should just have mercy. When I got there, there were all old people there coming for chemotherapy, all sorts. I was depressed. I've not been to work since that February. I was just depressed in March. I was just there. When I got there, I saw the doctor and I was referred to another private lab to go and do, full body scan, my abdominal scan and stuff. And when the results came back, before I went to the hospital, I opened the results. I could not interpret some of the things there. But when I got back to the hospital, the doctor was like, I just hope that, I hope, he said, I hope it's just a stage 1 or stage 2 cancer. That was before I left for the test. He said, I hope it's a stage 1 or stage 2 cancer. If it's that, just go home and kill cow and be happy. But when I brought it back, the doctor was like, sorry, it's a stage 4 cancer. It's moved to your liver. They've seen spots on your liver. So you need to start chemotherapy right away and all. That was when it dawned on me that chemotherapy. I've been hearing of chemotherapy. What's it about? I called my husband. We started reading. We started searching the net about chemotherapy, the adverse effects, the chances of survival, the healings it can bring, and stuff like that. But what we were saying was not what we wanted to go through. It was not what my husband wanted me to go through, and I didn't want to go through it to myself. We kept praying to God. It was a very trying period. I can never forget. But as God will have it, God directs us when we speak to Him. He does. For me, I've not been that righteous, that faithful, but I've known that God is my only source of hope in this world, and the same for my husband. So even the smallest of things that we need, we speak to Him about it. And so when this issue came up of chemotherapy and we read about it, we were like, are we going to go through this? We put it in prayer. And instantly we told ourselves we're not going to go for chemotherapy. My husband said, no, we're not going for chemotherapy. We took the result back to the hospital and they said I should start chemotherapy and so and stuff. At the point I was like, well, let me go. But my husband said, we're not going for chemotherapy. There was even a doctor that said, don't worry, you raise the funds. Maybe you go to redeem, just go to the church and tell them you want to start, you have treatment to do. They will raise funds for you so I come and start the chemotherapy. There were so many opinions at that period that it only took the grace of God to stand by what we believe God was saying. There's even a doctor that was telling me that do chemotherapy, at least chemotherapy will give you 5 years. My husband said, if chemotherapy will give me just 5 years and you will enjoy your life in that 5 years, then it's not worth doing. Let's just rely on God. We'll pray about this. We kept praying. We held on our faith and we prayed. And God came through, He spoke to us. God will speak to you in a way that He knows that you understand. If you've been with Him, if you have a relationship with Him, you know how God speaks to you. And it made me come across a particular experience online. A particular person had issue of the same nature. He had a bowel obstruction. He came out as cancerous, and the person ended up juicing carrots for healing. As silly as it might sound, I held on to it, told my husband, and we started the regimen. I stopped eating normal food, started eating only leaves. When I say leaves, only salad, taking smoothie, and carrot juice. The very first confirmation of the fact that God did not want us to go for the chemotherapy was that I had a dream, and I so much hear God speaking to me through my dreams, as it is to come out plainly to me as it is. Spoke me through my dream. And the dream was like I was to see the doctor. I was to see the doctor. Many people were to see the same doctor, and they said that doctor is a very, very good doctor, that if he treats you, you get well and stuff. So in the dream, I was waiting anxiously for the doctor to come. And when the doctor eventually came, I was like, "Nurse, have you given my file to the doctor? Can I go in now?" When I went in, the doctor was actually checking my file. The doctor was like, "Okay, chemotherapy, all these things. That's not the treatment for you. It's not the treatment for you. I have a better treatment for you." And that was how I woke up. And that solidified our faith that, okay, chemotherapy was not the answer. So we actually followed this regimen. And for the first week that I started taking the carrot juice, I'd always had issues with hemorrhoids. For the first week that I started taking carrot juice, the hemorrhoid disappeared on its own. Something I've been battling with, as in disappeared. Pata pata. When something disappears, I know people that knows what hemorrhoid is, disappeared. I could not feel it again. So I continued on that regimen, although it wasn't easy. I could not eat the normal food. I was just taking smoothie. I was taking juice. People were asking me at the office, "I hope you are okay now," because I was still looking very lean, very emaciated. But I was going through healing. I felt better. I went through all that. I kept for months. I was on that regimen. At some point, I checked there are some markers you check to see the level of, the activities in your body, and they were actually good. So I knew the regimen was working. And here am I today, after 5 years. The doctor that told me that at least you have 5 years to live. This is the fifth year, February 2018. This is the fifth year, and I'm still alive. So I just wanted to use this opportunity to say, just whatever situation that you find yourself in, just trust in God to lead you. I'm not saying that people that have done chemo, I'm not saying that people that have done chemotherapy have died. Yes, we have several success stories, but we also have stories whereby they died. And also, we have stories of people that have done alternative treatment and died. What I'm saying is that there was something God was saying at that time, and thank God we followed it, and I'm still here. So he has been faithful, and he will always remain faithful. That's one thing I want us to know about God. So this is my Thanksgiving. I'm just sharing it with you guys because I'm happy I'm alive. I'm happy I'm here today. Can you give your own testimony too in this comment section? What you're thankful to God for? Is it for life? Is it for family? Is it for a particular gift? Just put it in the comment section, and we'll see you again in the next video. Until then, please take care and bye.